Are you experiencing twin flame separation? Doesn't matter how much you try to build this relationship or cultivate it, this person is not reaching out to you, or they are with someone else, they are living in another country. It doesn't matter how it looks like, you cannot but feel separate from this person. If this is your experience, stay with me. I will be sharing all about twin flame separation, what it is, how long it lasts, and how can you heal it? Maybe there's a solution to that. So stay tuned. Welcome to Twin Flames Embrace. My name is Deborah. I'm a certified ascension coach by Twin Flames Universe. I am a twin flame in harmonious twin flame union, and I am here to share all about how to put an end to this painful experience, this awful experience of not being able to spend all of your days with your one true love, with the person that you love, with the one that you want to be building a life together as one. So let's get to the basics. What is twin flame separation? Normally we call twin flame separation to this, let's say, stage in which you are not really in a fluid communication with your twin flame. And you are not like living together, you are not really communicating with each other, you're not really going deeper with the relationship. This can have various reasons. It can be that, like I was sharing at the introduction of this video, you are living in separate countries, or you have a big age gap, or maybe you or him or her are in a relationship with someone else, maybe they even have kids, or maybe they are even married to someone else. Or you just simply don't experience as much communication with them as you would like to, this emotional distance, this emotional unavailability. These are all signs that you may be experiencing twin flame separation. And the best way to see twin flame separation is from these two main viewpoints. The first one is acknowledging, or learning, better said, that you and your twin flame are created as one at your core. You are already in oneness with them. You are already in a relationship, spiritually speaking, with them. And of course, this might be a concept a little hard to grasp, especially if you are new to the channel, if you are new to twin flames, or if you have absolutely no idea of spirituality. This may sound a little bit weird, but we will get to it as we progress with the video, so stick with me. And the second viewpoint is keeping in mind that this so-called separation is in fact the space that it's being given to you as an invitation to heal in your consciousness, in your belief system, all the places where you believe to be separate from your twin flame. Now, I just shared that twin flames are created as one. They are one being, spiritually speaking, even though they experience each other as being in two bodies, one normally representing the divine feminine polarity, the other one the divine masculine polarity. We've already touched upon this topic in other videos. And this experience of twin flame separation can feel really painful, because in truth that pain is indicating that we are feeding a belief that is not in accordance with divine truth, with the spiritual laws. So we are given the chance to actually look at them, like, why is it feeling so uncomfortable? Why is it feeling so painful? Why am I experiencing twin flame separation? Why do I desire to be with this person and it seems like I cannot achieve that? This is like you wanting to go from A to B and having a huge rock in the middle of the road that prevents you from seeing the path before you and actually progressing along with it. So this feeling of being separate from your twin flame would be this rock. And all you have to do is just find ways, and I'm going to share later on the video how you can do this. All you have to do is find ways to remove that rock. We call this inner work, inner healing work. And this is what will transform this experience of being in separation into being in union and coming closer to your twin flame. Now, how long does this, let's say, stage of twin flame separation last? There's actually no way of really knowing. For some it takes months, for some years, for some weeks. It all depends on how fast of a learner you are, how open you are to doing the healing work to bring you together with your twin flame, and how well are you able to balance feeling through these upsets that, of course, being far or separate from your twin flame bring up, but at the same time trusting how the process is guiding you to move forward. And again, this is again a process. I cannot reiterate the word process enough. It depends on each and every one. It depends on how easy it is for you to understand and grasp the concepts. Again, how willing you are to do the inner healing work and actually start realizing that you have the power to transform your experience, and whether you are choosing to do this sustainably or not. Because a lot of people, I've seen it in the Twin Flame Universe community that I'm part of, a lot of people come into the community, they start applying the teachings of union, they start healing with this modality, they come into union, and then they want something else more than just being with their twin flames. Maybe they want control, maybe they want to make their twin flames the source of their happiness, and this is not exactly in alignment with how the dynamic works, and actually ends up pushing the twin flame away. So how fast can you go from separation to twin flame union? It's up to you entirely. Another important aspect of this experience in the twin flame journey is whether the separation is necessary. There's a lot of people out there who believe that this is necessary, that twin flame separation is a stage where you are in charge of just healing yourself. But I feel like this is very easily confused or can be transformed into this trap of believing that you have to be perfectly healed for you to be able to be with your twin flame. When in truth, your twin flame is your ascension body, is your healing body, is your healing friend. They are your companion on this process, and it's actually not necessary to be in separation in order for you to heal into union. You can be with your twin flame and still work through the process of healing, work through the uncomfortable feelings, the upsets that arises from the relationship, and actually start building a healthy relationship with them that honors how you feel, what your experiences have been, how you feel about them, and how do you feel comfortable in moving forward with your own emotional and spiritual healing. Again, this is a process. It all depends on how do you choose to move through it more than anything else. But it's not necessary to be in separation. It actually, choosing to stay in separation, believing that this is what you have to do in order to heal first and then be in union, is what brings more upsets, because in truth you are denying yourself the exact same thing that you so much desire to have. So how do we actually heal twin flame separation? Let's again recap. The twin flame journey is a healing journey. It's a journey that invites us to rediscover who we are, that invites us to embrace our authenticity and who we are as individuals. And of course, the more we feel open to embracing this, the easier it will be to move from separation into union. Now, there are different ways that we can go about this. Everyone has its manual. I personally encourage everyone to try on the teachings of union. It's what has worked for me. And it's actually what brought me in less than 3 years from being in separation to actually living together with my twin flame and us getting married. Again, there are different ways and venues to go about it. Some people rely on affirmations, visualizations, meditations, other spiritual practices. I myself have found that the teachings of union and the mirror exercise is a very holistic body of work, and it has helped me greatly in achieving healing twin flame separation. And what the teachings of union embody is learning how to take care of ourselves first, how to love ourselves first, how to set appropriate boundaries with ourselves and other people, how to heal our upsets. So how do we go from being in twin flame separation to being in harmonious twin flame union? And again, healing is a process. Healing twin flame separation is a process. It's not gonna happen overnight, but there are different things that you can do to assist or support yourself in moving through that process and actually getting yourself into union with your twin flame. The first one, learning self-care. Learning how to care for myself, how to put my needs and my desires first has been also a process, but I found myself that the more I was able to do this from a place of peace, the more I was coming closer to my twin flame. Every time I chose to take care of the things that were important to me, my twin flame actually came closer. The second one is inner healing, and I already mentioned this across the video. Doing inner healing means looking at what makes you feel upset and finding a way to work through them that you can restore yourself to a place of peace. How I do this is with a mirror exercise taught by the body of work of the teachings of union, and we share this in the video, and it's in the book Twin Flames Finding Your Ultimate Lover. There's a whole chapter dedicated to this exercise, and it's very effective and efficient in healing through these layers of upset that we keep encountering, especially during this phase in which you are experiencing being separate from your twin flame. The third thing that you can do is finding practices that actually resonate with you. Now, again, I said there are many different venues that you can go about healing. Make sure that you're choosing what feels good to you, what resonates with you, what makes sense to you. The fourth tip that I can share with you is also learning and cultivating patience and persistence in this journey. These two are keys to actually achieving your twin flame union, because again, being this a process, you are going to encounter challenges and upsets, and so you have to find it in you to want to keep being persistent. But the more you can relax or surrender into the journey, the easier and faster you will come into union. And the last one is having a healthy, open line of communication with yourself first and with your twin flame. I know that when we are in this stage of separation, all we want to do is rush into the relationship, is try to control it, try to manipulate how things unfold, how it pans out, when and how and why. But that actually pushes our twin flame farther away rather than closer to us. Again, this is a journey of self-discovery, of self-love, of self-care, of reconnecting with who we are. So the more we can focus on this, the easier you will come from separation into union. And the seventh tip, but not the last, is having a support system. Again, I will speak of my personal experience. Having the support of the Twin Flame Universe community has been of great help, especially at the beginning when I had absolutely no idea what was going on, and I was extremely frustrated, and I was crying every day because I felt so separate from my twin flame. And of course I received help and guidance and the tools that have allowed me to go from that to now being with my twin flame. This path is also possible for you. You are more than capable of coming from separation into union. You can support yourself with the tools that we share always in the description below. These have worked wonders with us, and know that you don't need to stay longer than necessary in this phase in which you see or experience yourself being separate from your twin flame. On the contrary, you can actually speed the process in a very compassionate and loving way for you to be finally with your one true love, regardless of the circumstances that you're finding yourself in. So, thank you for watching. I'll be seeing you in the next videos, and do not hesitate to reach out, leave your comments, share your experiences. I would be happy to connect with you.